Monsties, imagine you are waiting for your favorite idol to take the stage. The lights dim, the fan screams thunder through the arena, but when the spotlight hits, there is one empty chair, one missing voice, and that void has lasted for 8 months. Guys, we need to talk. Seriously, this is no longer just about a short break or a typical hiatus. This is about Babymonster Ramy, our power vocal queen, our visual goddess. Where is she? Why has YG Entertainment remained completely silent? Are we witnessing history repeat itself? Or is there something much bigger being hidden from us all? Monsties all over the world, from X to TikTok, are having a major breakdown. Conspiracy theories are spreading, speculation is getting wilder, and that feeling of longing is honestly getting more suffocating. Today, we are going to break down every detail, every remaining digital footprint, and why the agency's silence is a major red flag for us all. Don't blink, because the information I'm about to give you might break your heart even more. Before we enter this labyrinth of mystery, make sure you have clicked the subscribe button and turned on your notifications, because here we will keep monitoring every update about Ramy until she truly returns to us. Ready to hear the harsh reality? Let us dive in. Okay, for those of you who might be new to the K-pop world or just recently got into Babymonster, let's refresh our memories for a moment. Ramy. Her real name is Haram, but we know her now as Ramy. She is not just any member, guys. She is the vocal backbone of her group. Her voice? Soulful, deep, yet capable of reaching high notes that give you goosebumps. Literally a vocal legend in the making. Remember during the final evaluation for Babymonster, how she delivered songs with such raw emotion? She has that main vocal vibes aura that is simply undeniable. Many even said she is the successor to the vocal throne of her seniors at YG. Her visuals? Don't even ask. She has a face that is both classic and modern, very high fashion and extremely charismatic on stage. But now that image seems to be fading. 8 months without significant new content. 8 months without the Weverse greetings that usually brighten our days. Fans are starting to ask, is Ramy okay? We all know the K-pop industry is incredibly tough. The pressure is insane. The training, the diet, the public eye. Is Ramy struggling all alone behind those closed doors? Personally, as a fan who cares about her deeply, I feel something is not right. Why is it that while other members are busy with group activities, photo shoots, or YouTube content, Ramy's name seems to be slowly erased from the main narrative? We don't need a 1-hour documentary, YG. We just need one sentence. Ramy is still in the group and is currently recovering. Is it too much to ask? Let's break down the timeline chronologically, because if we look at the pattern, it's truly frustrating. At first, everything seemed normal. Babymonster debuted with a big bang. Ramy was there, shining bright like the most expensive diamond in the display case. We got behind-the-scenes content, we got cute interactions between members, everything was perfect. Then slowly, the frequency of her appearances began to decrease. Initially, fans thought, oh, maybe she has a minor illness, or maybe she's focusing on vocal training for the next comeback. We were thinking positively, right? As fans, we always want to believe the best for our idols. But a week turned into a month turned into 3 months, and now we have passed the 8-month mark. Do you know what hurts the most? It's when there are important events or celebration content and we only see the other 6 members. The seat that Ramy should have filled is empty. Her song parts are either redistributed or just played on a backtrack. On social media, fans started creating hashtags like "Where is Ramy?" or "We miss you, Ramy," which trended repeatedly on X. But what was the response from the agency? Zero. Zilch. Nada. The silence is golden communication style from big agencies sometimes ends up backfiring. In this age of fast information, the agency's silence only triggers unnecessary speculation. Netizens are starting to wonder, did she leave? Is there a very serious health issue? Or is there an internal conflict we don't know about? Without an official statement, fans' minds run wild, guys. We need certainty, not just speculation on Pawn or Reddit forums. Now, here's the debate that's heating up in the K-pop community. On one side, there are those who say, hey, respect Ramy and her family's privacy. If she really wants to rest completely without media interference, that's her right. And honestly, I totally agree with that point. Idols are human too. They're not robots who have to report 24/7. Maybe Ramy's parents or Ramy herself asked for everything regarding her condition to be kept strictly confidential. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. This could be a very personal family matter or a medical condition that requires maximum peace without the pressure of public opinion. As mature fans, we must respect that decision. Respect is a must. But, on the other hand, there is an equally strong argument. As fans who have invested time, emotion, and even money to support Ramy's career, isn't it natural to feel anxious? We are not asking for a detailed medical diagnosis or photos of her in a hospital. No, that's too much. What we are asking for is just a simple sentence. Ramy is still a part of Babymonster. That's it. Imagine the feeling of a parent waiting for their child to come home but being given no news. That's what fans are feeling right now. This anxiety stems from love, not from malicious curiosity. We just need validation that she hasn't been discarded or left the dream she fought for through years of being a trainee. We just want to be reassured that she is still one of the 7. There are so many theories circulating out there. Some say she's preparing for a secret solo project, which honestly doesn't make sense if she has to disappear for 8 months, and some fear she will suffer the same fate as idols who suddenly disappear before eventually being confirmed as having left. God, please, no. But let's focus on one thing that is certain. The fans' love for Ramy never fades. Despite 8 months with no news, the support in the YouTube comments and on social media hashtags remains massive. This is proof that Ramy has a tremendous impact even though she is still at the beginning of her career. She has that it factor that makes people unable to just forget her. Ramy, if you or someone close to you is watching this, please know one thing. You are deeply missed. We don't care how much time you need to recover. Whether it's another 8 months or another year, we will still wait. What we need is to know that you are still there, still fighting, and still have the same dream as all of us. Your health is the #1 priority. Mental health, physical health, everything. Don't feel pressured to rush back if you're not ready, but if there's a chance to give even a small sign, maybe a photo of the sky or an emoji in the community, that would be more than enough to calm the storm in the hearts of the monsties. What do you guys think? Is 8 months of silence reasonable for privacy reasons, or do you feel YG Entertainment should be a bit more transparent about Ramy's status? Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let's have a healthy discussion. No fan wars, just love for Ramy. Right below, which Ramy moment do you miss the most? Is it her booming vocals or her sweet smile? Let these comments be a collection of prayers for the healing and return of our diva. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow K-popers so more people can support Ramy. Like this video if you really miss her, and don't forget to subscribe for further updates. I will continue to monitor these news 24/7 for you. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper than just a missing member. It touches on the very core of how the K-pop industry handles its most valuable assets, the idols themselves. While the silence from YG Entertainment continues to build a wall of uncertainty, we have to look at the broader implications of what this 8-month blackout means for the future of Babymonster as a cohesive unit. In an industry where momentum is everything, losing a main vocal during a debut year is like trying to fly a plane with a stalled engine. The mystery of Ramy is not just an isolated incident, it reflects a growing tension between the traditional mystique of K-pop agencies and the modern demand for transparency. In the past, fans might have accepted a simple health reasons statement and waited patiently. But in 2026, the digital bond between an idol and their fandom is built on constant, authentic interaction. When that connection is severed without a clear explanation, it creates a vacuum that is inevitably filled with rumors. Some netizens have even pointed out the strange timing of her absence, coinciding with the group's expansion into global markets. Is it possible that the pressure of an international breakthrough played a role, or is the agency simply rebranding her image in a way that requires a long period of total isolation? We also have to consider the psychological impact on the remaining 6 members. Every time they stand on stage or record a variety show, they are constantly reminded of the gap in their formation. For a group that trained together for years, the absence of a teammate isn't just a professional hurdle, it's an emotional weight. We've seen other groups struggle when a key member goes on a long hiatus. The choreography has to be reblocked, lines have to be redistributed, and the overall vocal color of the group shifts. When Ramy's deep, soulful tones are missing, the sonic identity of Babymonster changes. It becomes lighter, perhaps more pop-centric, but it loses that YG grit that Ramy provided so effortlessly. Furthermore, the ghosting of a member by an agency can sometimes be a strategic, albeit cold, business move. If an idol is facing a long-term recovery process, agencies sometimes choose to distance the group's current activities from that member to avoid brand stagnation. They want the group to keep moving forward so that the public doesn't associate the brand with illness or inactivity. However, this strategy often underestimates the loyalty of K-pop fans. Monsees are not just fans of the brand, they are fans of the 7 individuals. By trying to move on without addressing the Ramy-sized hole in the group, the agency risks alienating the very people who provide their revenue. Let's look at the precedents set by other groups under the same label. History shows us that YG Entertainment has a very specific, often controversial way of handling hiatuses. Sometimes a long absence leads to a triumphant return that breaks the internet. Other times, it's the slow fading out of a member until a formal departure is announced months or even years later. This ambiguity is what keeps fans awake at night. Is Ramy the next legendary comeback story, or is she being slowly transitioned out of the limelight? The lack of even a behind-the-scenes photo or a brief audio clip of her voice suggests a level of strictness that is unusual even by K-pop standards. There is also the theory of creative restructuring. Some industry insiders speculate that if an idol's personal vision for their music begins to diverge from the group's direction, a hiatus is used as a reflection period. Could Ramy be exploring a different musical path? While her vocal talent is certainly capable of carrying a solo career, it seems premature for such a move given Babymonster is still in its infancy. The most logical explanation remains a health-related issue, but the severity of an 8-month silence suggests something that requires more than just physical rest. It suggests a need for total mental and emotional recalibration. What we need to advocate for as a community is a human-first approach to idol management. If Ramy is indeed struggling, we want her to have all the time in the world, but we also believe that the fans' mental health matters too. The constant state of worry and weight creates a toxic environment where fans feel helpless. A simple monthly update, even if it just says Ramy is still focusing on her health and sends her love, would change the entire atmosphere of the fandom. It would turn anxiety into a collective wave of support. As we look toward the next quarter of the year, the stakes are higher than ever. With rumors of a full-length album and a potential world tour on the horizon, the question of Ramy's involvement is no longer just a fan concern, it's a logistical necessity. Can Babymonster embark on a world tour with only 6 members? Technically, yes, but will it feel like a true Babymonster show? The answer from the fans is a resounding no. The chemistry of the group was built on the synergy of 7 distinct personalities, and without Ramy's grounded presence, the puzzle remains unfinished. In the midst of this silence, we must also protect Ramy from the darker side of internet speculation. While it's natural to want answers, we must avoid spreading unverified rumors that could hurt her reputation or her family. The K-pop community has a history of being both incredibly supportive and incredibly destructive. Let's choose the path of support. Let's keep her name alive in a way that shows her she is wanted and valued, not just as a singer, but as a person. Every stream of her past performances, every fan art post, and every kind message contributes to a digital welcome home mat that will be waiting for her whenever she is ready. Ultimately, the power lies with the agency to break this cycle of uncertainty. We are living in an era where transparency is the new currency of loyalty. If YG Entertainment wants to maintain the trust of a global audience, they must realize that no news is not good news. It is a source of distress. We are calling for a bridge to be built between the private needs of the artist and the public support of the fans. Ramy's journey is far from over. In fact, this hiatus might just be the quiet before the most spectacular storm of her career. But until that storm arrives, we will be the lighthouse, keeping the light on so she can find her way back. The wait has been long and the silence has been loud, but the bond between a true idol and a dedicated fandom is unbreakable. Whether it takes another 8 days or another 8 months, the seat for Ramy remains reserved. She is the voice we miss, the visual we adore, and the heart of the group we support. We aren't just waiting for a return, we are waiting for a homecoming. What do you think is the biggest hurdle for an idol returning after such a long absence? Do you believe the industry needs stricter rules on how agencies communicate health hiatuses? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep the conversation respectful and focused on our hope for Ramy's well-being. If you want to stay updated on every single development regarding Ramy and the rest of Babymonster, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this with your fellow fans. We are stronger when we speak together. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep sending our best energy to Ramy. See you in the next one.